Yeah, we're pretty pumped to play. Weekend off, which could be good or bad, depending on your team situation. But I think for us, it was pretty good because we're stuck in the middle of finals and with our academic calendar, and I think we can get there and be all done with finals. So our guys are going to be, raring to go. And we had one guy show up to practice today. He's all done with finals. He wants to hit more. So. Good time of year, and guys are excited to be on the practice court. No extra motivation needed, and we're ready to play.
Any questions for Coach? Brandon?
Coach, you guys were pretty pumped up when they found out where they were going and you guys were still playing. Have you seen that energy kind of continue since that day?
Yeah, I mean, this is a first for all the guys. So this group, nobody's been to the NCAA team tournament, so they want to see what it feels like, and when you're playing for your season, and you win, you keep playing, and you lose, you go home, right? So I think that experience they're going to handle really well. I think when you're excited to go do something, you usually do it better. So practice was on point this morning. We did morning practice, first time all year. Guys came in on time, ready to go. So. Make sure they get their afternoons ready for a couple more guys with finals. But again, when it's something new, it's exciting. It's easy to be pumped up, and we have a pretty loose group and guys that are getting loud, and they get after each other in practice. So it's good fun banter right now.
Andy?
Danny, in the short time that you've been here as coach, what's the single biggest change you've made?
I think it's the pride. I think the pride in being a Badger. I tell the guys a lot, just even hearing today, there's so many successful coaches, so many successful student athletes, and I think that's the big piece. It's pretty easy for me to have pride. I went to school here, and, when you get older, you kind of look back and appreciate it more. And so I'm really trying to tell these guys, and they've done a great job with this, go to the other events. Go to the soccers, go to the tracks, go everywhere you can if you have an hour, and even if you don't have time to stay for the whole game, stay for part of it, and appreciate what all these other student athletes here are doing on this campus. And there's so many successful programs. So that's, I think, the biggest thing that we try to talk about is to have a lot of pride in being a Badger, have a lot of pride in being a Badger tennis player, and from there, a lot of things start to trickle down.
When you got here, was that the change you ID'd after kind of evaluating everything, or did something else materialize at the top of your list?
It wasn't so much a change. I think it's just the way I think I like to coach. And I take a lot of pride in what I do for a living, and for the impact that, I try to put on these guys. And these guys, have a huge impact on my life every day. So we take a lot of pride in showing up, and we work really hard, and we have a great staff, and we don't want to be outworked, and we don't want our players to be outworked. So you got to have pride in what you do every day, and then next thing you know, you're winning a little more and working a little harder, and that starts to build on itself, and it snowballs. So it wasn't so much what wasn't here. It was just we're going to have a lot of pride in what we do. Otherwise, what are we all doing it for?
Lamar Remy, when you got here, did you see the potential that he is now showing?
I saw the potential before he got here. He took a visit to Denver, so ironically. And so host had him for a weekend, and so it was very ironic that I got an opportunity to coach him because I wanted him back then. But he was very raw in the juniors, very, very raw, and I think he just needed to learn what it takes. I think he worked really hard in the juniors, but again, he's very athletic. He can hit every shot. I actually think he had too many options, too many tools in his pocket, and now he knows when to use what tool. And like Mick said, it takes time. He's a junior, and it takes time for every sport, and he's really hitting his stride. He's first team All Big Ten. That's a pretty select group. And he's earned it. He's earned it every day. And from day one with him, we've coached him pretty hard. And now he's almost coaching himself. last year we coached him hard, and he listens. So, yeah, so I did see it. I didn't know how strong of a player he'll become. I don't know if I predicted he'd be first team All Big Ten as a junior, but this year in the fall, I thought he could be at this level for sure.
Andy?
Kind of a follow-up. When you say he had too many tools, did he just discard a couple, or did he just learn how to use them to a greater degree?
I think in tennis, you don't have to hit a flat-out winner to win every point. And I think he's got such power. I remember in the juniors, I think he served and volleyed the entire match. You know, for example, when I watched him play, I remember in Tulsa. I mean, he served and volleyed almost the entire match. And, you know, that's hard to do in this day and age. And, you know, maybe it was part of a development strategy for him at the time. But in general, I mean, I think he's learned to not just have to hit blazing winners every time and be a little bit more conservative, pick his moments, when to serve and volley, when to go for a big shot. And sometimes if you're winning, you can let the other guy beat himself. And, you know, but to do that, you got to get fitter, you got to get stronger, you got to get a little tougher, and he's done all those things. So now he's got more than just a plan A. If he played hot, he could beat anybody, but now he's got plan A, plan B, and probably even a plan C lately. So he's doing well.
Brian?
Is it dangerous knowing you've played San Diego and beaten San Diego and now you face them again, or is this okay?
I think it's half full or half empty. If you're nervous about it, then you know you're going to be nervous about playing any team. But they're going to have the opportunity to make a few adjustments naturally. I mean, they're the ones that lost, but I think both teams are probably playing a lot better than they were back then. And you know, the way the lineups have been turned in, we're probably going to have some different matchups anyway. So it's going to be some new opportunities. You know, but I think they won their conference title. You know, they're playing really well. They stepped up, and I think they needed to win to probably get in. They were close to bubble, so they've been playing with a lot of urgency lately, and you know, they're probably feeling pretty confidently that they've come through. But I mean, we just picked up probably our best win at the end of the year. You know, to beat Northwestern with their full lineup in the most important time in the biggest match that this group has had to advance to the semis of the Big Ten tournament. So I think we're playing pretty well and playing pretty excited for this opportunity. So I think the biggest thing is we know we can advance, and you know, we gotta take care of business. But that's what you play for. You play to try to advance to live another day.